Quantum Healers question of the week. So we get questions at quantumhealers.com in a lot of different places, emails on our forum, and sometimes I get texts. And here was a text that came in recently that I actually answered via telephone, I believe. Yes, I did. But I thought it'd be a great one to sort of repeat for video for our series on Quantum Healers questions. So here we go. I'm going to read the text directly. After some nice chit chat and good morning, my friend and colleague wrote and asked, I have a session today with my only sister. I was curious if you personally have any advice when doing a session for a relative that you are close to, someone that you think you know very well. LOL, is there anything you would recommend or suggest? Now, the first thing that I would recommend or suggest is searching for that topic on our forum. And you better believe that I said that to my friend and colleague, because we've been talking about this for 15 years. We literally have been talking about this for 15 years on our forum at quantumhealers.com. Now, it's okay to repeat questions, and I'm happy to answer again. And of course, we all grow and learn, so it's okay to ask questions that are asked before. No problem. The way to think about having a session with a family member is not to go into it as you normally would interact with that family member. You kind of set the whole thing up by saying, you know, sis, I know that we know each other. We have all this history. You think I know everything about you, but for what we're going to do today, help me be a better practitioner for you by sitting down and sort of pretend that I don't know you. Pretend that you have to summarize and tell me things about your life that you think that I already know. And during then the session that you have with your sister, stay professional. You know, don't fall into family patterns or habits of sort of agreeing that mom or dad or brother was, you know, really crummy in that situation. Just stay neutral. Don't really say anything. No comments back like that. Just take your notes and get the information from your client, because it's now your client, not your family member. And then the rest of the session is done the same way every session is done. So don't assume anything. Keep reminding your own self that this person in front of you for this time is your client and not your family member. There are some things that are interesting about this setup. First of all, it can be difficult to do a session with a family member. So just know that going right in. Even close family members want to keep certain things private. So there's always that. It's not impossible. Fabulous sessions and fabulous healings have happened between family members for sure. So don't let that stop you. But do know that that's a possibility. And as a client, even in deep hypnosis, you absolutely have the ability to monitor and keep quiet about certain things that you don't want to share with that particular person. That is absolutely something that happens in these kinds of sessions, but outcomes are amazing. And let's see, is there anything else that I have forgotten here? Oh, I just wanted to say that you'd be surprised what you find out. I had a session with somebody who wasn't a family member, but a very good friend for decades. And I happened to do a session for her at a time when she was traveling through with a friend. The friend had booked a client session with me to do a quantum healing session. And we did her session, and we happened to have time left where my friend and I were talking. And I said, we've got time. If you want, we could try this for you if you want. And it was very casual. And she was like, okay, we can try it. And she didn't make the trip to have the session, but you know what? It was absolutely spectacular. It was pivotal in her life. She still contacts me and tells me how that changed everything in her world. And when she sat down and I approached her this way, as in, I know so much about you, but let's pretend like I don't. I learned things that I didn't know. And I heard her framing of events in certain ways that, even though I was there for some of that earlier on, when she reframed it, it gave me an understanding and a perspective of where she was, and it helped me be a better practitioner for the session. So there you have it. That's today's advice. I'm going to try to do this quantum healing question once a week. Let's let's see if the schedule will allow me to do it. But that's the first one. And I hope you enjoyed that message. QuantumHealers.com is for quantum healers of all kinds. And what's a quantum healer? Well, really, any energy or alternative practitioner is welcome to join us. Many QHHT, BQH, and other similar modalities, but people who read tarot cards, people who are mediums, people who are astrologers, people who do theta healing or Reiki, all of you all are welcome to join our open-minded and censorship-free community. Please join us, quantumhealers.com. That's it for today. Bye.